السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome again to the live streaming about Juz Amma. Today, inshallah, we will try to finish from Surah Al-Kawthar till Surah Al-Nas, inshallah Azza wa Jal. Let's see Surah by Surah. سورة الكوثر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. This is the shortest surah in Qur'an. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaking to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam when the polytheists and the mushrikeen, he mocked the Prophet ﷺ that all his sons passed away, and they claimed that no one will carry the name of the Prophet ﷺ after his death. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet ﷺ, don't grieve about that. Indeed, we have granted you Al-Kawthar. Al-Kawthar is literally is Al-Khayr Al-Kathir, or the too much good. And it is one of the names of rivers in Al-Jannah, especially to the Prophet ﷺ. Its water is whiter than milk and sweeter than honey. If anyone gets one sip of it, he will never feel thirsty again. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. As long as we bestowed upon you these good things, you have to be thankful by praying to your Lord and sacrificing only to Him. إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ. Indeed, your enemy is the one who is cut off, not you. And this is fulfilled. That, yes, the Prophet ﷺ didn't have sons, and this is from the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise people might have exaggerated in these sons and started to make it like monarchy, and some people might come and say, okay, this is the son of a prophet, so he is a prophet like him, or things like that. So this was from the complete rahmah of Allah, the complete wisdom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has concluded the message by the death of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. As for the reputation of the Prophet ﷺ, no, we praise the Prophet ﷺ. We mention him. We send the blessings and mercy upon him, and we mention his name in adhan, in salah, in shahada, and everything. So he is not cut off, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But whoever mentions Abu Lahab or Abu Jahl or these chiefs of the disbelievers, so they were basically the people who are cut off. Surah Al-Kafirun. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. Surah Al-Kafirun, or the disbelievers. The disbelievers came to the Prophet ﷺ one day, and they wanted to make agreement that they would worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 1 year, and he ﷺ would worship their idols 1 year. So it's like compromise, or like a deal with the Prophet ﷺ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it very clear here. Ya ayyuhal kafirun. Say, O disbelievers. لا أعبد ما تعبدون. I do not worship what you worship. Currently I worship Allah, and you don't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I don't worship these idols that you worship. I worship only one God. ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. And currently, at the moment, you are not worshippers of what I worship, because it doesn't mix. If you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to worship Him alone without any partner. You can't assign any partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you worship anyone else, so this is your Lord. Okay? So these two ayahs speaking about the current situation. وَلَا أَنَا عَبِدٌ مَا عَبَدْتُ in future, nor will I be a worshipper of what you worship. I will never worship those idols, those fake gods that you worship. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ. And you will not be worshippers of what I worship, as long as you are insisting on your kufr and on your worship to these idols. لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. You have your religion and I have my religion. So this is a clear surah that announces immunity and innocence from al-kufr, and never be shied away from your religion. Just announce it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you have your religion and you have to follow it, and they have their religion. Okay, they can follow it if they want, but to mix the religions under any title or under any name, no. There is no compromise, no negotiation about the issues of your iman, of your faith, of your religion. Everything should be clear, and the dots and the lines must be clear all the time. Next surah, Surah Al-Nasr. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. This is a Madani surah that revealed in Madinah after the Hijrah of the Prophet. So it's one of the latest surahs revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. And it has expectation about the death of the Prophet ﷺ. Not everyone understood that. Abdullah ibn Abbas, it is not that Abdullah ibn Abbas, when he was young, he understood that this surah telling the death of the Prophet ﷺ, or foretelling about the Prophet's death. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح, when the victory of Allah has come and the conquest of Mecca, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may or will make the believers or the Muslims victorious in that battle. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expressed it with the Madi for إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح, has come, while it hasn't come at that time, the time of revelation. This is as telling the or giving the impression of certainty, the certainty of the taking place of that incident. As also says about al-Qiyamah, أتى أمر الله, the order or the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about Yawm al-Qiyamah, or the issue of Yawm al-Qiyamah has come, but it hasn't come yet. But this is just for certainty that definitely it will come one day. Okay, so when the victory comes and the conquest happens, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا, and when you see people entering into religion, reverting to Islam in multitudes, what should I do? فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ, then exalt him with praise of your Lord and ask forgiveness of him. Indeed, he is ever accepting of repentance. So it means that never be proud of your actions, or never just attribute it to your mere knowledge and your mere effort without attributing it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the who has facilitated the causes of that incident. So the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevates you and make things easy to you, the more you have to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do. He has applied this surah in his salah, as Aisha radiallahu anha said, كان يتأول القرآن. يتأول القرآن, to interpret the Quran, or to act upon the Quran, or apply the Quran in this surah by saying in his sujood, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اللهم اغفر لي. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اللهم اغفر لي. So سبح بحمد ربك واستغفر. He used to say سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اللهم اغفر لي. Surah Al-Masad. Surah Al-Masad speaks about Abu Lahab. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. Abu Lahab, the Prophet's uncle, he is one of the most severe enemies to the Prophet ﷺ. When the Prophet ﷺ called people out and gathered them to tell them that his mission, when Allah subhanahu, after the first 3 years, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered him to start the next level of ad-da'wah, instead of being secret, to make it loud and public. And then he gathered people and elevated the Mount As-Safa and started to speak to them about his mission. And then Abu Lahab said to the Prophet ﷺ, ruined, you might be perished. Is that for which you have gathered us? Among the Prophet ﷺ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied on behalf of the Prophet ﷺ, may the hands, because he pointed at the Prophet ﷺ with his hand. So Allah SWT says that may the hands of Abu Lahab be ruined. And ruined is he, not only his hand, no, his hand and himself as well. And this is what exactly happened to Abu Lahab, that he has died. He was killed actually at the hands of a woman, Jamil, the wife of Abu Rafa. Abu Rafa was basically one of his servants, and after the news of battle of Badr came, he said Allahu Akbar. When he heard that the chiefs of the polytheists were killed, and then Abu Lahab recognized that he is a Muslim, and he started to torture him. And then his wife Jamil, no, it should be Rafa then. So the wife of Abu Rafa, so should be Rafa. She came from behind Abu Lahab and struck him with a heavy wooden stick of timber, and then he stayed for a few days and then died. Yeah, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has caused him to die in this way. ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب. His wealth will not avail him, or that which he gained. All his money, all his children, all his position, he was one of the chiefs of the polytheists. All this didn't and will not benefit him. And we knew that when the Prophet ﷺ announced his mission, and 2 of the sons of Abu Lahab were married to the 2 of the daughters of the Prophet ﷺ, he ordered them to divorce the Prophet's daughters. But this didn't affect the Prophet ﷺ. So يصلى نارا ذات لهب. And this is subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him warnings and told us his fate during the time of the life of Abu Lahab himself. And this is one of the miracles of the Qur'an. Abu Lahab could have even revert to Islam, even apparently just to to tell people that this Quran is not true. I am a Muslim now, and how come that a Muslim can will go to hellfire? But no, subhanAllah, Allah has stamped his heart. سيصلى نارا ذات لهب, he will be burnt into the blazing fire. وامرأته حمالة الحطب, his wife as well. His wife is Jamil. So the one who has killed him is Rafi'. Jamil was his wife. She was one of the worst women to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She used to collect the thorns and choke them in the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to harm him. So امرأته حمالة الحطب, his wife as well, the carrier of firewood. Carry firewood and to put it on the back of the Prophet while he praying, and to put the thorns on his way. في جيدها حبل من مسد. Around her neck is a rope of twisted fiber. So this fiber that she used to tie the firewood with in this dunya, it will be tied around her neck in hellfire. And finally, the three quls. قل هو الله أحد, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, قل أعوذ برب الناس. These three quls are called al-mu'awwidhat. Al-mu'awwidhat that we highly recommend to make ruqya to ourselves with. And the Prophet ﷺ used to gather his two hands and start to read these three surahs together 3 times and wipe whatever he could reach from his body. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. It is narrated in one of the narrations that some of the disbelievers came to the Prophet ﷺ and asked him to describe his Lord, his God to them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this surah. Say He is Allah who is one. And this is the core of the da'wah of Islam, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Samad, Allah the eternal refuge. He subhanahu wa ta'ala needs nothing from no one, and everyone needs Him. لم يلد ولم يولد, He neither begets nor is born. He has no children, He has no family. ولم يكن له كفوا أحد, and no one either is equivalent to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has the most beautiful names and attributes. This surah is equal in reward to 1/3 of the Qur'an. So if you read it, it will be like if you read 1/3 of the Qur'an in reward. There's difference between the reward and the heart cleanse. Yes, definitely your heart will get cleansed more if you read the actual 3 or the actual 1/3 of the Qur'an. But for the reward, you will get the reward if you read قل هو الله أحد. Next one, Surah Al-Falaq. Al-Falaq and Al-Nas both are called Al-Mu'awwidhatan. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to make ruqya to himself with these two surahs. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of the daybreak. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is described with just one thing, the Lord of the daybreak. And then from what? From three kinds of evil. From three kinds of evil. So one attribute to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against three kinds of evil in this surah. من شر ما خلق, the evil of that which he created, which means from the evil creatures, like the thieves, like the the harmful insects, like the harmful animals, like the bad people, whatever, any kind of evil that exists in this life. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. The second kind of evil, the evil of darkness when it settles. The evil of darkness when it settles, when the night starts. So is the night something bad? No, as timing, no, it's not bad. It's, it can't be described as good or bad unless we determine and check out what takes place exactly in it. We know that the night with the darkness is a very suitable and proper environment for evil to take place. So, for example, the drug dealers or the thieves, they wait for the night and the darkness to start their activities. Even the cockroaches and stuff, they start to wake up, and the bats and these things, they get very active during the night. So this ayah means from the badness, the evil that takes place during the night. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد, and from the evil of the blowers or in knots. And this was one of the many recognized and well-known ways of magic at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, that they got a rope and make it into knots and start mumbling in it with magician words, which with the intention of harming people with that. So this is a sihr al-haram, this is the magic. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us here to seek refuge in him from this magic. ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد, and from the evil of an envier when he envies. Al-hasad, or jealousy, when you feel jealous of someone or you start to envy him. Envy means that you wish that the good thing that's with someone gets vanished and removed from him and transferred to you. This is al-hasad, which is totally haram. And al-hasad might has effect. It has its effect by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after the envier envies. So when he envies, if the hasad is inside the heart and he didn't do anything to harm others, or he just trying to to fight it and just to dampen it down, it's okay. This is something very good. But when he envies, and then this envy might start to has an effect after. So in this situation, it should be or you seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from this hasad that might have an effect. So here we have, as we said, min sharri ma khalaq. This is one of the evils, which is in general the bad creatures or the evil creatures in general. Min sharri ghasiqin idha waqab, the night, or the things that takes place in the night. And nafathat fil uqad, the magicians, and hasidi, the hasad or the envy. So these are four kinds of evil. One in general and the three in specific. The last one is Surah An-Nas. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ مَلِكِ النَّاسِ إِلَهِ النَّاسِ مِنْ شَرِّ الْوَسْوَاسِ الْخَنَّاسِ الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي صُدُورِ النَّاسِ مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ. Surah An-Nas. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes himself here with three attributes or descriptions. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind, Rabb al-Nas, Malik al-Nas, sovereign of mankind, or the king of mankind, Ilah al-Nas, the God of mankind. So, Rabb al-Nas, Lord, Malik al-Nas, sovereign, Ilah al-Nas, God of the deity of mankind. Okay, from what? From only one thing, which is ash-shaytan. Min sharri al-waswas al-khannas, from the evil of the retreating whisperer. So it goes back, and it goes and comes back, and it whispers, and it hides. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس, who whispers evil into the breasts of mankind, into the hearts of mankind. And this is one of the severest and the worst enemies of man, ash-shaytan. من الجنة والناس, from among the jinn and mankind, subhanallah. This shaitan can be shaitan al-jinn or shaitan al-ins. Shaitan of the jinn or the shaitan of mankind. And those who might be even worse, people that they claim that they are your friends, that they are your allies, and then they trick you. They trick you actually. They deceive you. They grab you towards hell, wal'adhu billah. And you think that they are friends. Sahib as-su', or the bad friend, or the evil friend, he is worse than a shaitan. Because a shaitan, you know his enmity, that he is an enemy, and everyone tries to avoid him and fights him. But you don't fight your friend. You don't fight your friend, and this friend might start to attract you towards what is haram. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all and save us all. Amen. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us all and make all of us from the people of Qur'an. This is the end of Juz Amma, and this is the end of live streaming. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefit us with what we have covered, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us from any shortcoming and make all of us from the people of knowledge. And Ramadan Mubarak. And let me say to you, the Quran is still with us, and the fasting will never stop, and the good deeds will never come to an end. Just worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do the good deeds till the last breath in your lives. Finally, I'd like to thank my dear brothers and sisters in Madinah Arabic Online Tuition Center for giving me this opportunity to do this live streaming. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with them all. If you would like to get any of the free courses on Madinah Arabic, just go to madinaharabic.com. We have plenty of free courses there about Arabic, or about how to read Qur'an, how to read Arabic, or grammar. Just give it a visit, inshallah. Or if you would like to take one-to-one lesson, or even a trial at the beginning, they will help you to give that through madinaharabic.net. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.